YouTube. Good morning, fellas. Mgtow here. And I'm rolling. I'm in Ohio, the Buckeye State. Yeah, Ohio, the Buckeye State. That I nicknamed the new Nazi Germany. And the reason why I say that is because the state police here is really tough on truckers for whatever reason. I guess they feel we have the money to pay the fines and the tickets and all the stuff that they tend to do. But fortunately, I haven't been stopped by them in a while, but I have been stopped quite a few times by them in my 8 years of trucking. But anyway, I said I was going to turn the camera phone on, show you guys where I'm at. It was just raining, so I waited to stop raining so you all wouldn't hear all that pitter patter of rain on the windshield. But now it's clearing up, and I'm still headed to Boston. And what's happening in the news? I think I told y'all on my last video that I felt the people, the citizens, wanted to see the charges against the suspected race soldier up there in Minneapolis to be upgraded to first degree or at least second degree murder. And what the difference that they make? Surprise, surprise, surprise. The charges have been upgraded to second degree murder for my man. And also I felt the citizens wanted to see those other 3 officers, I think it was 2 others holding him down, and then the Asian officer just standing around looking stupid, okay? Because people was dialoguing with him from the crowd that gathered and was telling him to do something, and he was just saying the most ridiculous, dumb stuff. So I definitely wanted him to be charged just for being an idiot, okay? But they was charged with aiding and abetting second degree murder. So I'm not sure what aiding and abetting is. You know, I'm gonna have to really look it up to see what do they mean by that. My thing is they should have been charged with the same identical crime. I know some of you guys may be like, hey, that's not fair. Mgtow, FM, that's not fair, man. Why would you charge them? And they wasn't the main culprit. Well, the reason why I say that is because in most cases, if you go out to do a crime, so let's say me and some of y'all get together and we're gonna go out and knock over a bank, okay? And let's say we get a plan and we're gonna go in the bank, you know, everybody gonna have a role, okay? We'll have somebody, you know, take care of the security guard, somebody take care of the teller, somebody take care of the manager, somebody to take care of the customers, right? And then 2 or 3 guys to empty out the cash drawers. But most times you don't go for the safe because that takes too long. So, and let's say we say, okay, unless nothing crazy happens, nobody shoots anybody. Let's say that's our personal pact. We don't want to go in there and hurt nobody. We just want to go in there for the cash. Okay? Cash is insured by the federal government, so we shouldn't have to worry about trying to harm nobody, because now that takes it into a different stratosphere if you kill somebody in the commission of a robbery. Okay? There's a whole new set of charges that take it beyond something small like bank robbery up into murder and bank robbery, which is carry a lot more time, okay? So we make this pledge, we go in the bank, and somebody of our little crew is trigger happy, and somebody flinches, they're nervous, and they pull the trigger semi-accidentally. I guess ain't no such thing as that, but just kind of work with me here, y'all. They didn't mean to, didn't want to, but still did it. Okay, that's what I mean. And that person dies. Okay, and then we panic. The plan goes to shits, and we get outside with like the Keystone Cops, but in this case, the Keystone robbers, and we all get caught. Okay, we get down to the police station. The person who pulled the trigger, they're gonna be able to, determine who did that. Okay, you're gonna have the residue of the gun, not the gun smoke, but the gunpowder on your clothes, on your person, on your hands, or whatever. So it's gonna be evident who pulled the trigger. Now, all of us could have weapons, but if that guy pulls the trigger, he's gonna be charged with the murder, bank robbery, and all, and a list of other minor charges, UUW, unlawful use of a weapon in the city zone, all of other small charges. But guess what? Since we was all together and we conspired to do this, we all are going to be charged with the same murder, even though none of us pulled the trigger. That's standard operating procedures, right, in the criminal code. So why all of a sudden, since these are police officers, you only charge them with aiding and abetting? So right there, there's some still flim-flam, the fix is in. Why you still charge them with second-degree murder as well? Okay, so that kind of tips their hand to let me know that they're still looking for a way to sabotage the case. Okay, let's say they do find the suspected race soldier guilty. Okay, he's looking at anywhere from, I think the maximum sentence on that is second degree murder is 40 years. So I doubt if he gets that. He probably get half of that. Okay, he may get it due to the fact that this has sparked worldwide outrage. Okay, so they might want to sacrifice him. What they call white sacrifice. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these different terms, but I have plenty schools of thought from a whole lot of different elders and teachers, master teachers. So there's a such thing as white sacrifice. Suspected white supremacists understand the fact that every now and then, in order to protect their little criminal enterprise, they may have to sacrifice certain individuals within their group. Okay, so they'll sacrifice this person, and this person's supposed to understand that they're being sacrificed for the betterment of the group as a whole, right? Because you don't want prying eyes looking at the group as a whole and trying to dismantle the whole group. Okay, it's better for one guy to take the fall and the group to stay intact and able to continue to operate in secret. Okay, so that's what the white sacrifice is. So at this point, it's pretty much going to be a white sacrifice. But I think the citizens want to if you're going to sacrifice him, go on and sacrifice the other four, because it sends a very powerful message to the rest of these rogue suspected white supremacists on these law enforcement in these law enforcement departments, that you just can't go around killing people. Okay, you can't. Now, if you just want to kill people that don't look like you because you got some deep-seated hatred toward them, if you just want to kill them, then my thing is go after the dudes that's really about it. Okay, we got ethnic people in every ethnic group that's about that real criminal lifestyle. They don't mind busting back at the police. So if you want to just kill people that don't look like you, then you're gonna get your opportunity. Okay, when you hear bank robberies going on, you hear armed robbers, you hear active shootouts, be the first officer on the scene so you can have at it. At least these guys will be shooting back at you. Okay? get your taste of blood. So that's what I would suggest to you. But don't just kill innocent, unarmed people that you got in handcuffs, or you thought their cell phone or their wallet or they reached for their license, all this dumb stuff. That's cowardly. But I guess people don't have a problem being cowards and then psyching themselves out to make it be that they were some type of hero or they some type of tough guy. Okay? You're a coward. We got every ethnic group with a whole slew of gangsters and killers that will shoot it out with you and will kill you. That badge, that piece of cloth, and that piece of metal in your waist, and that piece of metal on your chest, they don't give a damn about that. But if I notice something, when those type of things is happening, you guys, I could be wrong. I don't want to paint all y'all with a broad brush. But what I tend to think, and like I said, I'm gonna repeat it, I could be wrong. And often I am wrong, and I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. But I tend to think, when y'all hear over that radio that it's an active shooter or active gunfight, you guys kind of take your time getting there. Now, me coming from Chicago, a gang-infested community where we have plenty of gangsters, plenty of killers. Okay? I didn't see them shoot it out with the police. I didn't see them having gunfights, and the police seem like they don't show up until everybody's done shooting out of ammunition and back at home. Then the police show up. Now, I don't know if it's because they couldn't get there, or they was doing something else, or maybe it's some other reasons why they couldn't get to an active gunfight. But now I suspect the fact is that they know that they come to an active gunfight, nobody's talking. People are just shooting. And if you drive up and people are just shooting, the likelihood of you getting shot increases probably 1,000%, I would imagine. See, you rush into a gunfight, you don't know who's shooting, how many shooters, how many active shooters, how many people are shooting, what direction they're shooting from. Okay? Are they hiding behind buildings, behind cars, moving cars? They hide behind trucks. Any kind of barrier you don't understand, so you just don't. And I think that's what they tell them. Don't rush into no active gunfight. Because I'm just thinking, I'm not no police officer, but I know I wouldn't rush into no gunfight. The gunfights I've seen, you had guys from 2 different positions shooting at each other, or 3 guys or 4 guys shooting from 4 different directions shooting at each other. Hell, the only thing you can do at that point is get down. Shut your ass up, lady. Yeah, I would just say get down. You know? But yeah, so far that I think that those guys should be charged with the same thing. 2nd-degree murder. I'm gonna have to look up what aiding and abetting is. See how much time it carry, because basically they're trying to give them a hard slap on the wrist, you know. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you all about, those cops down in Atlanta that got fired for tasing the young college couple. Okay, they went on and fired, I think, 3 or 4 more officers that was involved with that, and the DA has came out and charged them, I think, with aggravated assault. something like that, I think, and brandishing a gun or something to that effect. Those charges came really swift. Now I understand that those are probably more politically motivated charges. But to me, even if it is politically motivated, and they probably can't make those charges stick, those cops are probably going to walk, or at worst case, just get a slap on the wrist. They've already got fired. But those charges definitely, in my estimation, is politically motivated. That DA is going up for re-election or something, a vote or whatever it is down there. And I think that's the reason they bring forth these charges. But as a byproduct of that, the surrounding counties of Atlanta was assisting the Atlanta PD and showing force and a real police presence to discourage people from protesting and, looting and causing violence. So since these charges have came down and these officers have been fired, those surrounding counties have decided to pull out assisting Atlanta PD. They said, well, basically they're on their own because, and what I take from that is, yeah, they probably worry that if they just come in there to assist and it's not really their county, they're not able to abuse people's rights now and just use excessive force whenever they feel like it, because their chances are it might get filmed, which I'm sure it will, and that they might be fired and prosecuted. So all those counties have pulled out, okay? And my thing is, it shows a level of corruption, and the cops are feeling like the tide is turning somewhat, and they don't feel that they're going to be able to get away with so much abuse that they're willing to not. Now they don't want to do their jobs. Okay? Now guys are actively assaulting them. Okay? And people are saying, I'm looking at a lot of cops online saying, I'm a good cop. Don't assault me. And my thing is, yeah, I agree with that. They don't need to be assaulted, but at the same time, why you good cops never, at least in my mind, never actively stop these rogue bad apple cops that y'all say? Why y'all don't stop them from doing these heinous acts and bring forth charges and handcuff them, okay? Stop them from shooting, stop them from beating, stop them from doing these things. Right? Maybe there's some videos out there and I'm not aware of them, but you guys don't do it enough. Just saying you're a good cop, that's cool, and you may be, okay? But what are you doing to discipline and help clean up your department? What are you doing? So these guys have pulled out these surrounding counties of Atlanta, and so that leaves the Atlanta PD on their own. I'm sure they're gonna probably have to call if things keep going in this route. Things should be cooling off a little bit now. People didn't have the time to blow off steam. So hopefully everything should be like calming down. The charges got upgraded, so that's a positive step in the right direction. But really, to be honest with you, we never should have really be in these situations, to be honest with you. These people are supposed to be working for us, but yet at the same time, they got us so fearful, right, that we're paralyzed. Like, there was people saying, hey, you're hurting the guy. Okay, technically, what should have happened, they should have rushed those cops, not necessarily beat them down or anything, but just, hey, grab them and hold them and say, hey man, what are you doing? You're killing the guy. But the reason why we're paralyzed and we can't do those type of things is because we know that the police force has a lot of demonic members, and that they would turn that gesture into trying to save a person, that we're interfering with their investigation, and then we will get charged. If not, they'll feel threatened and kill you. That's the reason why nobody helped. Okay? If any one of those bystanders decided to put their phone down and go over there and grab that officer and just kind of hold him, not hit him or anything, just hold him to keep him from doing that, them other officers probably would have took out their gun and murdered you on the spot. Now you'd have had 2 murders. And then they would have came up and said, yeah, he attacked me. I was in fear of my life. The standard operating procedure that they all use. I was in fear of my life. So the guy grabbed me, I pulled my gun out, I shot him. And we know, in this day and age, they would have probably been able to look at that and it'd have been justifiable homicide. So we, the people, do not have power any longer in this country. And that's the real elephant in the room. We, the people, do not have power anymore. Demonic forces then took over this government, and we're pretty much their slaves or subjects. And that goes for any color, any race. That includes you white guys also. Yeah, they may allow you more autonomy to do things, but yet, if one of you all had ran over there and grabbed that officer, they would have killed you. Or they would have beat you an inch of your life, and they'd have been able to get away with it. Because technically, that's what should have happened. The crowd should have rushed that officer and got him up off of him. And we could have avoided all this. But the fact is, hold on guys, I want to make sure I'm going the right way because I told her to shut up earlier. But yeah, I'm going the right way. I didn't get over, lady. You just got on over at the last minute. Yeah, demonic forces then took over the power structure of the country, and we're pretty much their slaves. And if we do things that is morally right, they done made laws saying that these things that's morally right and just are not morally right and just. So you can get killed for doing the moral and the thing that's right. You know what I mean? So that's the elephant in the room. So for you guys that feel you have some type of privilege, you really don't. You got a little bit more privilege than other folks in the country. But ultimately, all that we are the people and all that, this ain't that country no more. That country has left. Okay? And now that's why you see so much anarchy in the street. Okay? So, and the other thing I want to speak to is the fact that I'm starting to see Antifa show up at a lot of the protests now. And I know full well that Antifa probably don't really give a 2 cents, a rat's ass, about Mr. Floyd's life. They want to use this civil unrest for political purposes. That's why they're joining in. Okay? So that's why I say, this force is dead set on bringing this country down to the third world level. And I'm afraid they're gonna do it because people are still asleep. People are still asleep. You know what I mean? country will collapse and bounce back. I don't know. It's just so many variations of things that could happen. You got so many groups that's dissatisfied and so divided. But I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking, guys. These are things that I'm seeing. And as far as the women, right now, like I said, they don't know which way is up right now. They're just totally confused. So they're just keeping their mouth closed. You don't really hear them saying too much about anything right now. I don't really see no articles. I don't really see too many videos being made on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. They're basically being quiet. They realize this is a real turbulent time. Okay? And they're really unsure of themselves and unsure of what's happening in the country right now. So at this point, they just keep it quiet because there's too much anarchy happening for people to be running their mouth at this point. Okay? So that's what I've noticed. I haven't really seen, and then I've been seeing, feeling a lot more courtesy when I'm interacting with women in public spaces. They're starting to speak more. They're starting to acknowledge. Even if they don't speak, they're starting to acknowledge you with their eyes and at least giving you a half smile, even if they don't say nothing. Before, they'd be walking around real arrogant with their chest poked out. I don't see that now. They seem very humble. It's a turbulent world now. You don't have the luxury to be talking crazy when people are out here losing their lives, property is being damaged, people are getting charged, people are going to jail, all kind of stuff is happening. You got subversive groups being added to the mix, they're being funded and paid, and all these different tactics are being employed on the street, so people are very unsure of themselves and unsure of the climate right now. So the women basically are just shutting the hell up. So I guess that's good for us Mgtow and RedPill guys. We more than so now got to look at how do we move forward as a group and as individuals during turbulent times. Okay? So I'm still thinking my plan is a viable plan. Find me some acres, a few acres in the rural area, get out of the cities. Okay? Stockpile my food, start growing my own food, or at least becoming part of a co-op. And find me a secondary country to be able to have an outlet. If I need to really get out of America, I want to be able to get out and go somewhere else and thrive. You know what I'm saying? Because these demonic forces have been working and taking down this country for hundreds of years now. And now they're accelerating their program, this COVID thing, the pandemic. And now you got civil unrest due to the killing of an unarmed man on live on Facebook for everybody to see. So yeah, this is turbulent times, guys. Okay, we had 30 minutes. I didn't talk y'all ear off, I know, but I just wanted to kind of let y'all know what I was thinking, what my mindset is. And I'll be curious to figure out and think what you guys are thinking. There's no right or wrong. These are some of the things I'm thinking of. What you guys are thinking. I would definitely like to know. You guys kind of be silent in the comment section. I would like to know what you all are thinking. How are you feeling? What's your takeaway from everything that's going on? How do y'all feel about the direction of the country? What y'all think about the eroding and the trampling of the Constitution? What y'all feel about police having so much power that they can kill citizens and not even worry, not even bat an eyelash. How do y'all feel about good cops letting bad cops just rule over them to the point where they're afraid to even speak out and even do anything about it? How do y'all feel about people dying all over? How y'all feel about the protests? How you feel about the burning of the cities? Okay? How y'all feel about Trump and what he's saying? He says some crazy stuff, but at the same time, I'm still with him because I want him. I'd rather have him in there than to have the Democrats back in it, because I know we're going to be in trouble with them in there. You know? All these subversive groups are going to be, they're going to have carte blanche to the country to do whatever the hell they want to do. At least Trump care about America. So that's something me and him have in common. So I can rock with him based on that alone. The fact that he cares about America and I care about America, because this is where I'm at. That's where I find myself. You know what I mean? So what are you guys thinking? How y'all feel about the fact that the women all of a sudden don't have anything to talk about? They're not talking crazy all over the place. They're not writing all these crazy articles. They're not lying so much. And how y'all feel about the divorce rate spike? And now you got to be quarantined with this person that you find out that you don't even have much in common. How y'all feel about that? You know? How y'all feel about being quarantined and not being able to see your kids if you're divorced already? These are the issues that's facing us. You know, I'll go through Chicago and see that the open air drug markets are operating unmolested. Police ain't stopping guys from selling drugs. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about the liquor stores still being open and the churches being closed? You know, we've been going through a lot. The fact that they took God out of the schools, the fact that they took the Pledge of Allegiance out of schools, the fact that they didn't regulate the Second Amendment to the point where you can almost barely buy a gun and ammunition. How y'all feel about this supposed to be the land of the free? We got more laws probably than any country on the planet. There's a lot wrong with this country. Okay? There's a lot wrong with this country. The fact that we pay all these taxes and we can't have any say-so on how the money's spent. It goes for all these entitlement programs. Okay? You go to other countries, they don't have no entitlement programs. So everybody got to get out and hustle. You either hustle or starve, or you out somewhere begging in other countries, because they don't have no entitlement programs. Ain't no credit systems, ain't no bank loans, none of that stuff. You got to get out and hustle. You got to be a producer in these other countries. We're looking at a lot of things, man. It's a real turbulent time that we find ourselves in. So I'd be interested to know what you guys are thinking, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. If I see anything interesting, right now I'm rolling in Ohio. It's about 80 degrees, sun is shining. I'm going 70 miles an hour, and I'm headed up to Boston. So what you guys are doing, and the fact that they open up these cities very slowly. Also, look at all the, I mean, normally when I come through, there's a lot of traffic during this time of day. So what time is it? 9:30, something like that. There's usually plenty of traffic when I come through here, you know, before the cold beer flu. But they open up these cities too slow, and then it's just a lot of mess going on now. So it's a lot of uncertainty. Okay. But anyway, get to me, guys. You see the comment section what you guys are saying, and we can carry these conversations on from there, because we got a lot of soul searching to do as a nation. But Okay, guys. Love you all. Peace and hair grease.